bad.
Hello, and this is Mono White Infinity. Now, white is traditionally not a very strong color. I mean, hell, look at Ultimate Masters. There is not one mono white mythic. Probably because a lot of them are garbage. Usually white is a very splashable color though, being a nice support color, doing things with other colors that it can't really do on its own. So I thought, fuck it, let's make a mono white modern deck. And I did, focusing on a loop between these creatures. Felidar Guardian, Restoration Angel, and Wisp Weaver Angel. The Felidar Guardian says when it enters the battlefield, you may exile another target permanent you control and then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control, or it can blink another permanent. Restoration Angel is a 3/4 flyer with flash that when it comes in, you get to blink another non-angel creature you control. And Wisp Weaver Angel is a 4/4 flyer that can blink another creature you control. Now the loop is fairly simple, but it requires a Felidar Guardian and one other creature, whether it be a Restoration Angel, a Wisp Weaver Angel, or even another Felidar Guardian. The loop can't happen between Restoration Angel and Wisp Weaver Angel because Restoration Angel can only blink a non-angel creature. So basically you play your Felidar Guardian and then you play another one of these cards. When the second one enters, you blink the first one, and when the first one returns, you blink the second, and then when the second returns, you blink the first, and so on and so on and so on, and you make an endless loop. This does absolutely jack shit without some support cards, and that's where the rest of this deck comes in, like Altar of the Brood. For 1 mana, you get an artifact card that says whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent puts a top card of his or her library into their graveyard. That's right, we're making a motherfucking mono white mill deck. But that strategy isn't consistent enough to win the games. That's why we're throwing in the Soul Sister package. Soul Warden and Soul Attendants are 1/1s for 1 white mana that whenever a creature enters the battlefield, doesn't have to be your creature, can be an opponent's, you gain 1 life. A Johnny's Welcome is a newer card in enchantment form that essentially is a Soul Sister just for your side of the board. Now these will trigger off the loop and you'll gain a butt ton of life. Does that win you the game? No. But at 1,000,000 life, you're probably not going to lose. Other cards in this deck include Wall of Omens, a 0/4 defender that when it enters it draws a card. It's a nice blocker, but also a nice target for one of our many blinkers that can blink it to let us look for our other combo piece. Dawn of Hope is a newer enchantment from Guilds of Ravnica that says whenever you gain life you may pay 2, and if you do, draw a card. You can also pay 3 in white to create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. This card are really good for breaking out stalemates, where you can pay 4 mana, create a 1/1 soldier, chump block with that soldier, usually gain some life off of one of our many Soul Sisters, and then pay 2 to draw a card. So just from a single attack from our opponent, we can gain life, chump block the damage, and draw a card. We'll take that. Moving on, we have Spectral Procession. For 3 white or 2 generic, you get a sorcery that gives you 3 1/1 flyers. So that's always nice, especially by turn 3 you normally have multiple Soul Sisters things out, so off playing the spell you usually gain 3 to 9 life. Not bad for turn 3. Ghostly Prison is a card that I love, and I always throw into a white deck because it just halts any aggro plays. When you have to pay 2 mana to attack with 1 creature, that's a ball buster. And finally, Fumigate is a nice board wipe in this deck. You destroy all the creatures, and you gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way. It's a nice way to clear the board, especially when you have Dawn of Hope out. You can just start making 1/1 soldiers to replenish your board state. Moving into the lands, we have 2 Ghost Quarter and 20 Plains. If that's not the cheapest modern mana base ever, I don't know what is. Into the sideboard, we have 3 Aureok Champions. They're basically a Soul Sister for 1 more mana that has protection from black and red. We can bring these in against decks that run those colors as nice blockers, and they also skirt around removal spells like Lightning Bolt and Fatal Push. Condemn is a good way to deal with attacking creatures, and Suppression Field is a nice way to tax activated abilities, especially on Planeswalkers. When you have to pay 2 mana to activate your Planeswalker, that sucks. Nevermore is a nice enchantment that stops people from playing a select card. There are a lot of modern decks that use only 1 card. KCI uses the Ironworks, and Storm uses Grape Shot. If you drop Nevermore and name one of those cards in their respective decks, they're not going to win. Damping Sphere to hose Tron and Storm decks, and I've actually added an Eidolon and Rhetoric instead of a second Damping Sphere to deal with all the Arc-like Phoenix decks that are running around Modern now. This basically shuts down their deck, and with 4 toughness it can't be removed with any burn spells. Finally, we're running Oblivion Ring. It's a white way to deal with artifacts, and also enchantments and planeswalkers. Silence we can use so our combo doesn't get countered on our turn, and Tormod's Crypt is a nice graveyard hate card. Although we had the budget to do so, I didn't add in Rest in Peace, which is an infinitely better card, so if you have the money, just do that. And that's the deck. Sorry if I sound stuffed up or miserable in this, but I'm fighting a cold right now. Anyways, if you like the deck, like, subscribe, and comment, and share it around. This is actually a fun deck that is surprisingly competitive. I don't get many decks that come out of the gate running, but this one didn't need many tweaks at all. So yeah, as always guys, keep having fun, and I'll see you next time.